creating a class notebook is very easy, but it can be confusing because there's a few options. So I'm just going to take you through how to do this. Now, when you open up your Office 365 homepage, you're going to look something like this. What you do have is the apps you use most regularly drop down this side. You also have this quick search bar here. They call it the Waffle, which is your app launcher. And so you need to go to Class Notebook, and here's where it gets confusing. This is OneNote. This is Class Notebook. If you're not using Class Notebook often enough, it's going to drop off that quick find launch. And so you're going to have to search for it down here in the All Apps section. It's because you don't do it all the time. You use it basically once a year, and so that's why it drops off. You're looking for Class Notebook. You can also find it in the App Launcher or the Waffle. It's Class Notebook. I know it's confusing, but once you know what you're looking for, it's fine. So click on Class Notebook and it will take you to another tab, which is where you can do all the work needed for your notebook. So you can create them, add or remove students if someone leaves or comes into your class, and other managing tools. Just click on Create a Class Notebook. First important thing, know the name. Get your naming structure right, because you cannot rename it after it's created because of the complex programming that goes into it. I've been using Class Notebooks for about 8 years now, and so I always make sure that I put the year level in it, because I don't want to delete those notebooks because there's really interesting information and exemplars that I have in them, and sometimes I need to bring them back. So it's up to you how you label it. Just make sure that you can find it and it's not confusing for you. I use a year structure, class structure, and then year structure. Okay, so that would be mine. And it's going to create it for you. Collaboration space, everyone can edit. Content, only teacher can edit. There's a private teacher only section, which I use all the time. And then your student notebooks. Very simple. Go to next, and you can give another teacher permission to use this notebook. So if you have a teacher that you work with, so for example, I work with Kelly a lot, I can click on that and then she has permission to use it as well. Okay, I'm not going to do it this time because that's just a setup one. And then student names. So you've got to start entering student names in here. And it's very, very simple. Just type in their first name and they can find them. So I'll put this one on here because this is my daughter, and you can populate it. Unfortunately, there is no way of populating it with putting through a connection from Spider, but it doesn't take long at all, and you only have to do it once. Then go to next. What it will next ask you to do is it will allow you to manipulate what's in each student's space. Now, these are pro rata handouts that come from Microsoft. I don't use any of them. I get rid of them. None of these things work for me. It's completely up to you, which is why I suggest you plan it on paper first. And then I add a section. So for example, my first section might be called lighting. And then I might add another one, makeup, because this is my entertainment and event technology. And then I might do digital mapping. You can add these later as well, so it doesn't really matter, and you can delete them later as well, but I'm just going to do that. So next. And then it confirms, did we get it right? So you'll see the name, and this is from the teacher's point of view, all those things, and then all your kids will be under there that you teach, and in the student's notebook, they see the welcome, and then they have all their sections. And so when it's done, you just click Create, and it will make it for you. And then you have two ways of looking at it. You can either look at it in online, or you can look at it in the Windows 10 app. I love the Windows 10 app because it works for me with digital inking and also with photographs. So it's up to you how you want to do it. You can open it in OneNote Online or open it in the Windows 10 app. They both look the same. You just have to remember how they work. So I can show you. This is online. As it loads it, it's my slow internet, as you can see. This is what online looks like. You get the idea. And all these welcome things you can just delete. I just right click on them and delete the page because I don't want them. Okay, and I can permanently delete them. Or I can manipulate back up to here, and you can see what it looks like when I open it in my OneNote, which is my Windows 10 app. And so it looks like this. I prefer it just because it looks a little bit neater and it's easier for me to see. Once I've opened the link once, I never have to do it again because it's always available in all my OneNotes. And you see all the different notebooks that I use. You can see my naming criteria, the things that go through there. I love it. It's really, really easy, and I use it all the time. So any questions? Just ask.